We are here. We are live. We are live at Collectco for Monday night's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know, boy. I hope I don't start coughing. I do have a slight cold, but maybe it's nothing too serious. All right, let me go here. There's our feed, share, copy link. Let's get that posted everywhere. I'm going to post that here. I'm going to post that in the group where I shared it. Where are we at? Right there. Let me post that there. And, well, that was weird. There we go. Now let me get it shared on our Instagram story. Several people liked our post, so they're probably wondering where that's at. Story, let's make it that. Well, actually, let's make it the real picture. There we go. And link. Live now. All right. Your story. I don't share it to our Facebook store because the link doesn't work on Facebook. It's just like a button. It's not a button. YouTube, it's an actual button you can click. So, all right, I guess there's a way I could go create a Facebook story too, but I think enough people will be able to find it. Now, the last thing I do is just actually share the live feed to the group, and we'll be good to go. Get my comments turned on, and community, share that to a whole lot of records. Posted, now restream. Please don't be signed out. We're good to go. All right, so welcome Monday night. It is 6 minutes past 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. We will start with a bin of putbacks and non-payments. We've got this crate. I've got another crate. That green one over there. I'll get to that in a minute. We got so much to show. I don't know if we'll do them all tonight, but we'll get to as many as possible. Okay, Bob, the comments I can see on my screen are from Bob Reiger, Alice Lowry, Sean Barnes, Kirk Chidster, Michael Church, Mark Fallon. Random question. Do you ever see a Japanese Phantom of the Opera? Wifey wants one. I've never seen a Japanese Phantom of the Opera, no. I don't hardly see the Phantom of Opera soundtracks in general, so. I've got 3 crates of really good new vinyl. I'll go over all of the pre-orders that came in and restocks that we're waiting list for. We've got 7 crates of new vintage vinyl and 2 crates of putbacks, and I've got random auctions and a couple little toys and collectibles to show you. And I need to go get those turntables out of the office. I forgot about those, but Chad sounds under the weather. I am. I told you I had to go work up Sunday or what day was that? Saturday? Was that Saturday? Yeah. I guess I do sound sick. Everybody can tell. I'm hopefully, knock on vinyl, that I don't start coughing. So, if so, it's going to be a rough show. This is a bin of non-payments, people we didn't hear from, people who said, please put this back, people that didn't pay, and that's what this is. So, there's vintage stuff in here. There's new stuff in here. We've been doing some serious purging. Before the end of the year, we've got to get all of our receivables paid up. I mean, there is an astronomical amount of unpaid stuff. Most of it lays over because after a new week starts, that number goes way up on our end, but that's because we just had a big week. But before this week was over, there was in the tens of thousands of dollars of unpaid orders. And some people are just behind and they're trying to get it caught up. Some people, it's literally they have 2 or 3 records from a month ago and they're not paying for them. So that's a result of these putback crates. Okay, first thing is Ryan Bingham, Fear and Saturday Night, $31.99. This is a gatefold, new and sealed. Ryan Bingham, $31.99. There's some things in here that there's only 1 copy of. There are some that are obviously vintage records that there's 1 copy. And then there's some things that we may have multiples of after we sell the one that's in here. So just as always, just comment whatever you want. If you're first, you're definitely going to get it. If you're second, I'll see what I can do. This is a Rocky Japanese soundtrack. I think this was sold at auction. I've already took off what it originally sold for. We had it stickered at $39.99, so I'll start there. This is a Rocky original motion picture score, Japanese pressing, $39.99. Oh my gosh, I just told them, I was like, this is going to cause some chaos. A Pablo Cruz, Worlds Away. This is a VG Plus, $7.99. Check condition, has some writing. Kathy wrote her name on the cover. Can you believe it? Just $7.99. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. This is that 40th anniversary remaster, $33.99. Craig says, let's pause and take a moment of silence for the Pablo Cruz that didn't get paid for. I'm not for sure what happened with that. I don't know if it was not paid for or someone put it back. I don't know. That's unbelievable, though. The Best of Bon Jovi, $44.99. Crossroads, this is a 2LP. Best of Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, you know, Wanted Dead or Alive, Blaze of Glory, all of those. That's $44.99. Eminem, Recovery, $43.99. New and sealed, that is 2 LPs. Red Vinyl, I always mention that because they've been pressing these on red vinyl for a while. Matchbox 20, Yourself or Someone Like You. We had an original copy of this back in February, and I think we sold it for $600, something like that. This one's only $28.99. $28.99. Maybe the yacht sank, evidently. Dave Matthews Band Crash, 20th anniversary. That's weird that this is in the putback because we just got a notification that these are back in stock this week. We got 10 more copies that will be here tomorrow or Wednesday. Dave Matthews Band Crash, $38.99. I hadn't checked prices, but it was almost like a year and a half before these things were pressed, and they were like almost $100. I don't know what they are right now. This one's $38.99, which about what it should be. Eddie Pasir wants the Matchbox 20. I've got 2 more of these in our alphabetical order section. I checked last night. Matchbox 20, if anybody else wants one. Has their big hit 3 a.m. Very good song. This is a Quiet pressing of Robert Palmer's Pride, $19.99, limited edition Quiet pressing, kind of an audiophile cut of that. Robert Palmer Pride, that is $19.99. Kiss Unplugged, I definitely don't have these anymore. Kiss Unplugged is $44.99. This was from a lady who she kept claiming pre-orders in our group, and we kept telling her to message the page, and she never did. It was blowing my mind. Linda Hasty, first on Kiss. John Sheehan on Robert Palmer, and David Tate, you were second on Kiss. I have no more Kiss Unplugs. So sorry about that. David, I only have one of those for sure. Ringo Starr, Ringo. This is a 1973 UK pressing. 1973 UK pressing that has the book with it. This is an OG UK from 73, $34.99. Really nice condition. Can you believe somebody didn't pay for this? It's a OG Near Mint, the Cars self-titled album, shrink wrap and hype sticker, $39.99. This is from that Pennsylvania collection. Extraordinary. $39.99. Another one not paid from the Pennsylvania collection, The Pretenders, self-titled. This is in shrink wrap with the hype stickers. That is $19.99. And there's one more in front of that. The Box Tops, another one from Pennsylvania with the shrink wrap and hype sticker. The Box Tops Dimensions. Really nice OG copy of that. Let me go over here to my phone because there's been a few too many comments come in. So we took care of the, Donnie Moore, by the way. Donnie, you were second on the Robert Palmer. Next comment was Linda Hasty on the Cars. Sell that to Linda Hasty. Brad just got on. He said, how much for Dave Matthews Band? $38.99. Crash 2LP remaster. Brad, that's yours if you want it. If you don't want it, the next comment right after you was from Scott Smith. Now, like I said, I've got 10 more of these coming in this week, so we can technically take a waiting list for this because they'll be in for sure this week, just like we have them in stock right now, but I just don't have them on hand. So, Brad, that's yours if you want it. If not, it goes to Scott Smith. Randy Scarborough, you were second for the Cars. Woods Felix, you were third. And Donnie Moore, you were first to the Pretenders. Donnie Moore was first to the Pretenders. And Brad Moore says, I'll pass. So give that one to Scott Smith. If anybody else, excuse me, wants a Dave Matthews Band crash, let me know. There's the box tops, and this is the new Ozzy album. This is the purple vinyl with the Todd McFarlane comic book, new and sealed, $54.99. No, we do not do Record Store Day. Black Friday, we'll be having big sales here in the store. That weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll have blowout sales. I've kind of already told people, be setting aside an extra 50, 20, whatever to spend that week, because we'll have 20% off, 50% off. I'll be doing blowouts. So we don't do Record Store Day titles, but we put a lot of stuff on sale. That's when probably we sell the most records that weekend of all year. Trick or Treat. Now, like I said, this is the variant of 2000. There's two of these that came out within the last month. This is just a standard Sony Music DEG pressing. They're $39.99. They're limited to 2,000. And then there's a music on vinyl pressing. There's a music on vinyl pressing that we still have in stock that came out last week. 50 or 20 or 500 or $10 won't get you a whole lot with new vinyl. It may with some vintage records. You might get a couple of $5, but you might want to save a lot. Ice House, Measure for Measure. This is another putback. Looks like from the Pennsylvania collection. So nice, and shrink wrap of hop sticker. $14.99. Stranger Things 4. $44.99. 2LP, the new Stranger Things 4 soundtrack, if you don't already have one of those. Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's their new album. The variant we got was the Gold Vinyl 2LP. Gold Vinyl 2LP. That is $44.99 as well. We had somebody not pay for one of those. Jesus Jones. I did find out this is on orange vinyl. This has their big hit right here, right now. This don't have a price on it. I think they were $38.99. Jesus Jones Doubt. $38.99 for that. And the Top Gun. I actually have listened to this. I really like the score music, of course, and it has Danger Zone, has the Top Gun anthem, has the new Lady Gaga song, and, of course, the One Republic song. That's on white vinyl, $36.99. Okay, if you're just joining us, we're doing putback bin. This is all non-payments and putbacks. Right after I do this, I'm going to do a bin of new arrivals from tonight. New arrivals from tonight. Chris says it was $38.99. That's what I thought. There's another Red Hot Chili Peppers. Aerosmith Pump, $38.99. Aerosmith Pump, and another Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is $39.99. Brian Clement wants Ice House. Sell that to Brian Clement. Brian, you get the OG Ice House there. And Veronica Anderson wants Top Gun. Veronica, I haven't seen your name in a while. Thank you. This is a fantastic movie. I guess it's now where you can stream it or rent it or whatever. And I've been telling people about it all summer, and now people starting to tell me, like Doug. It's like, Chad, Seth, you were right. Fantastic movie. Other people's told me that too recently. 80s movies collected, $44.99, limited and numbered. If you don't have one of these already, I just checked. I was restocking some collected stuff from our main distributor for this. They had 2 copies of this left, and I went ahead and grabbed it. I think I've got 2 more here in the store, and then these 2 non-payments. So $44.99 for 80s movies collected. Johnny Cash Christmas Spirit, that's on red vinyl, $24.99. The new Revolver stereo mix, $36.99. Another Top Gun, $36.99. Prince The Hits Volume 1, that's Prince Greatest Hits Volume 1, $39.99. Wu-Tang Remedy, $46.99. This was a new arrival the other night. We only have 1 copy, and we no longer can get it. I'd never had seen it before. Somebody needed to put that back, though. I think they already had it or didn't need it. $46.99. We have Guns N' Roses, the new Use Your Illusion 1. That's the 2LP. We also have Volume 2 in stock right here as well. Those are $44.99. And there is the other Trick or Treat Fastway, $39.99. Now, I just listed this music on vinyl stuff that we have overstock of. I'm starting to realize it gets very pricey. I've told you all that for a while, but we've already put one of these on eBay for $50. It's already got some activity. And same thing with the warrants. If you hadn't heard already, we got Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich on pre-order, and Cherry Pie. If you haven't got one of those already, you need to. This kind of stuff here is like, I mean, they only make 1,500 of them, which to me isn't a lot for the demand for stuff like that. That one's sold to Terry Myers. One more flip through here. This is a non-payment and putback bin, then I'll get the new releases. David Tate wants a Use Your Illusion 1. Use Your Illusion 1. That's sold to David Tate. Joseph Dredd wants a Trick or Treat music on vinyl. Joseph, I've got those somewhere right up here. I'm starting to... where are those? Oh, right here. They were in the crate that was holding this spot. You get number 375, Joseph Dredd. 375. Anybody else? I've got 3 left here. I've got 2 set aside to list on eBay because it looks like they're starting to get pricey. Because, I mean, these things originally, if a dealer isn't selling them here in the States, they're really only overseas, and you have to pay overseas shipping because these things come from Holland. Chris Micus wants the 80s movies hits collected. That's very good. And David Tate wants on the Warrant Cherry Pie pre-order. David, what I'll do is I'll tag you in the post, but I'll need you to claim it on there so we keep it all in order because we're approaching 100 pre-orders on that. Actually, it's weird. Cherry Pie and Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich are about tied on that. All right, one more time through this one. Ryan Bingham, Rocky, Japanese, Pablo Cruz, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, Eminem, Ringo Starr, The Box Tops, Ozzy, Trick or Treat, and that's the standard one, I call it, even though it is limited and colored and number 2. Stranger Things 4, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jesus Jones, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Aerosmith, another Trick or Treat, 80s movies, hits collected, Johnny Cash Christmas, Beatles Revolver, Top Gun, Prince Greatest Hits Volume 1, Wu-Tang Remedy, and Use Your Illusion 2, and we still have Use Your Illusion 1 as well. Okay, that was putbacks. I may go through those again later. Let's go ahead and do a crate of new vinyl, and then I'll start with a crate of new vintage stuff for tonight. I'll get some auctions going here in about 5 moments. That way I can use whatever time I need to. First is Wasp. This one is called Dominator. Wasp Dominator, $29.99. These are all new. Some are new releases, some are new restocks. Johnny Cash. This is American Recording 6. Yeah, 6. $34.99. $34.99. Tim Besaw. I had you on a waiting list for volumes 1, 2, and 3. Johnny Cash, American, volume 1, 2, 3. Tim Besaw, you have been pulled for that. There was nobody else on a waiting list for those. All right. Bill Fratsky on Wasp. I have Richard Davis and John Mincemoyer second. We're going to automatically put y'all on a reorder list for those. If you don't want on that reorder list, just let us know. Richard Davis and John Mincemoyer. Those were in stock where I could get them. Paul Brothers on Cash. Paul Brothers, I'm assuming that's the one you want. I'll pull that for you. Power Man 5000. I guess this is technically called, Tonight the Stars Revolt, $38.99. Limited and numbered, not numbered, but limited colored vinyl, Power Man 5000. I think that was the first time it had ever been pressed on vinyl, $38.99. C. William Pop. Yeah, C. William Pop. You were on a waiting list for one of those, and I got one restock of that. These finally came in from a different distributor. I had 5 pre-ordered that I'm just now getting. That's Stranger Things 4. By the way, if you know nothing about Stranger Things and you just want an awesome compilation of music, this is not bad. Journey, the Beach Boys, Talking Heads, Kate Bush, Dead or Alive, Extreme, Kiss, The Cramps, Musical Youth, Safari, Starpoint, Falco, Ricky Nelson, Ella Fitzgerald, Rick Derringer, James Taylor, Metallica, Master of Puppets, Moby, Journey, Susie and the Banshees. If you're not, even if you know nothing about Stranger Things, those are pretty. And plus, there's a couple remixes. It has that Separate Ways Journey remix. Absolutely fantastic. There's the other 2 Johnny Cash. This one is volume 2. That's volume 2. I'm trying to learn these covers. That is called Unchained. And volume 1. That's just American Recordings, now known as volume 1. Those are also $34.99. The Monkees Christmas album. This is either going to be on red or green vinyl. It's kind of like a random, you don't know. I don't know either. That's the Monkees Christmas album, $29.99. And this was kind of big news. Anything from the Cult. And this is Pure Cult, the singles, 1984 to 1995, $34.99. Hadn't had this in probably over a year. How much was Stranger Things? $44.99. 2 LPs, Stranger Things 4. The Cult is $34.99. Get those while you can before they're all gone again and we don't see them for another year. Megadeth Endgame. Kind of weird this popped up on my shelf list. Only one copy. It's technically an import. $64.99. Megadeth Endgame. This is it's a foreign import. That's something that they don't really have in print, haven't in a long time. I'm not for sure where that came from or how I got it, but I'm just glad to have it in stock. John Sheehan, Paul Beal, John Mincemoyer, and Scott Smith, and Chad Kerfoot, all on the Colts. John Sheehan, Paul Beal, John Mincemoyer, Scott Smith, and Chad Kerfoot, all on Pure Colt. I have 2 of those left. Donnie Moore wants the Monkees Christmas album. That's sold to Donnie Moore. And Scott Smith gets Megadeth Endgame. That's sold to Scott Smith. Company's Coming. Leslie Jordan, $31.99. Company's Coming. Leslie Jordan, $31.99. John Wilson on the Cult. And Greg wants to know the track listing. Sure thing. I can read it faster than Craig can copy and paste. She Sells Sanctuary, Firewoman, Little Devil, Spirit Walker, The Witch, Revolution, Love, Removal Machine, Rain, In the Clouds, Coming Down, Chow Baby, Eddie, Chow Baby, Heart of Soul, Wildflower Star, Resurrection Joe, Go West, Sun King, Wild Hearted Son, and Sweet Soul Sister. $34.99, Greg. That's the last copy. And we have Megadeth 13, $38.99. That's 2 LPs. A couple Megadeth albums popped in stock, and I had them luckily on back order, so I was able to get those. Megadeth 13, $38.99. And this is from a long time ago. Joe Barrios, I don't know if you're watching. Joe Barrios, this is since, what was the other waiting list we had forever that came in last week? They're pressing some stuff from a long time ago. It's weird how it all comes in about the same time. But this is U2 Zeropa, or Zarapa, $36.99. And Joe Barrios, you were on a waiting list from this probably from well over a year ago. Just one person, but I do have 4 left. This hadn't been in stock in quite some time. U2 Zeropa. And actually, that's not a bad price for what they're charging for a lot. The new U2 Octung Baby anniversary was almost $50, so $36.99 for that. Okay, back up to the top. Greg Wilson said, I will take it. I will take it. That was for the Colts. So that goes to Greg Hagewood. Craig says he posted the track list. Oh, my bad. I didn't even see that. Next was, we already pulled one for John Wilson. Chad, can you get more of the Megadeth? The Endgame, I will write down your name, sure. Yeah, I will write down your name and I'll see if I can get another one for you, Chris. How much was Jesus Jones? Scott Campbell, that was $38.99. That was in the other bin. But yes, that's $38.99. I think it's the first time it's ever been reissued, or maybe first time on vinyl. I'm not for sure. That's $38.99. Scott Smith on Megadeth, that was for $13. That's sold to Scott Smith. Matt Algram and Robert Johnson, I am fresh out of the Cult Pure Singles. We're going to put you on a waiting list for those if that's okay. Matt Algram and Robert Johnson. And then John Wilson, George Buchanan, and Kyle Morgan on U2 Zeropa. And Joe Barrios, I don't know if you're watching or not, but if you don't want that U2, I understand because it was from so long ago. There's something else that came in. I'll show that in just a second from like forever ago. Technically, I have one left, $36.99. The Cars Greatest Hits. This is Friday Music. It should be red vinyl, $39.99. The Cars Greatest Hits. That's from Friday Music. And this is a new release. First technical new release of the week. Government Mule, Heavy Load Blues. This is a new deluxe edition. I had 3 pre-orders, Alex Roman, Greg Rogers, and Jason Kenton. I have 2 left to sell, $49.99. Government Mule, Heavy Load Blues Deluxe Edition. I think that is 4 LPs. 3 LPs. Government Mule, Heavy Load Blues. That's a deluxe, which I think that's been out before. That just has bonus tracks on it. $49.99. And this was, first let's pull the Cars for Jerry Stone. Wolf Mother, $54.99. Music on vinyl, 2 LP. Wolf Mother. Long out of stock, and it took me a while to figure out what this was. I listened to one, And then when that song came on, The Joker and the Thief, I realized I had heard that for years and didn't realize what it was. George Buchanan on Government Mule. Wolf Mother, though, I've heard it at stadiums across, I guess, all the college football games I've been to this year. That's that Joker and the Thief. They especially played up in Neyland at the Tennessee games right before kickoffs, right before they kick it off. And I'd heard when that came on, I was like, oh, that's why everybody's always asking about this. The whole album's great. They classify it as metal, which it kind of is, hard rock metal, but it's, yeah, really good. I should have ordered more than 2, but they were in stock. One goes to Scott Smith. One goes to Greg Hagewood. If anybody else wants one, I've got to keep one for myself. So there's definitely more coming in. If you want on that wait list, let me know. Those were out of stock forever. By the way, this is like the only record of theirs that you can order. Everything else is out of print. So you might want to grab one of these before those come out. That was Greg's. And there's the last cache. That was cache 3, Solitary Man, $34.99. All right, one more time. These are all new releases. Not much left now. One more time. Or new releases and new restocks. Power Man 5000, $38.99. There's a lot of stuff in here. First time ever on vinyl. That's what I like to see. First time ever on vinyl. Stranger Things 4 is $44.99. Wolf Mother is $54.99. It's a 2 LP for music on vinyl. I don't know why that one's a little bit more than what their normal 2 LP stuff is, but it's about $10 more than what they usually are. Cash. We've got most of the American recordings in stock. Leslie Jordan, $31.99. Thank you, Josh. Megadeth 13 is $38.99. This is the last Megadeth there, $38.99. Last Zooropa, I can't say that one tonight, $36.99. And the Last Government Mule, $49.99. And another Johnny Cash. Let me keep all those together. So right there, we should have volumes. Paul Brothers wants volume 3. So that's gone. That leaves 1 and 2. If anybody's looking for any strays to complete. And we should have 5 and 4 somewhere around here still in stock. All right, let's get auctions rolling. And there's Jesus Jones still, if anybody wants that. Whoever asked about that is still available. Let me grab some auctions. We're going to start with some 45s. I have Electric Light Orchestra, Sweet Talking Woman on purple vinyl. Pretty cool. B-side is Fire on High. What a great song, though. Sweet Talking Woman. Purple vinyl. $5 start on that. Electric Light Orchestra, Sweet Talking Woman. And I've got a Winger. Let me check. Some of these I'm just now glancing at the condition. Oh, yeah, this is fine. Just needs a wipe down. Vinyl is near mint. Sleeve, the picture sleeve is about a VG+. This is Winger Madeline. B-side is Higher and Higher. That's an OG from 1988. That is a $5 start. $5 start on that. Okay, Jeff Debin wants on the Wolf Mother wait list. Sherry Darnell takes the Leslie Jordan. Pull that for Sherry Darnell. And Whitney's at 5 on ELO. And we're looking for a $5 start on Winger. Let me grab one of our crates of new vintage arrivals. John said some pretty good stuff was brought into the store the last couple days. So we actually have a couple small collections that was dropped off here at the store. We're going to go through some of the, I don't know, I think it's all technically mixed up, but we'll go through whatever we can on that. I'm going to go ahead and show this first record, or this record here first. First, we got ELO 5, Winger 5. Jason Ivy wants a Megadeth 13. That was the last copy of that I have. That's sold to Jason Ivy. If anybody wants on a waiting list, let me know. Winger 5, Winger 5, Winger 7, Winger 6, and ELO 7. So Winger and ELO both at $7. Let me show this record first. I need to tell you the price. $199.99. Pretty rare to find one sealed. This is Billy Joe Schaefer, Old 5, and Dimers Like Me. This is an original sealed copy on the Monument label. $199.99. Billy Joe Schaefer. Already tough enough to find. This is a sealed copy. $199.99. I'll just go ahead and show that. Something pretty cool we just got in. Never been reissued. Originals are tough to find. This is a sealed copy. If you have the nerve to open it, which hopefully you would, because that way you have a perfect mint copy. Billy Joe Schaefer. I'm going to lay that right up here. Go ahead and show that. That was kind of in a preview picture. Somebody already spotted it in front of the crate, and I was like, well, you may or may not want it because it's sealed. It's kind of pricey. Excuse me. All right. Riot. This is $19.99. What's this one called? Narita? Narita. Riot. $19.99. High bid right now on ELO is $10. We have this ELO 45 on purple vinyl, Sweet Talking Woman. Whitney is at $10 on that. And high bid on Winger is with Calvin Ward at 7. Calvin Ward is at 7. Winger, Madeline. Those are all going once, going twice. George Benson, the best of George Benson, $14.99. Willie Nelson, Country Winners, $14.99. If you're watching for the first time or maybe hadn't been on in a while, this is our first crate of vintage stuff. Everything here has been cleaned, checked. We've put them in new sleeves, new inner sleeves if it requires one. If not, we use the original inner sleeve that came with it. This one's been put in a new anti-static. Everything's been cleaned, checked. Everything is also what I call very close to near mint or EX Plus, unless I say otherwise. So that's how our vintage stuff works. You comment in the feed, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. If you're first, you get it. If you're second, I'll let you know. Ride is sold to John Mintzmoyer. Winger is at 8. Winger, then we had another bid of 8, then a bid of 10. Then we had a bid on ELO for 13 and 11 and now 12. So 13 is the high bid, Jeff McIntosh. ELO Sweet Talking Woman. Very nice copy. About VG Plus on that sleeve. So 13 is the high bid on that with Chris. And high bid on the Winger is 10. Donnie Moore wants the best of George Benson, or the best George Benson. Chad, do you have Mammoth Wolfgang Van Halen? I do not have that at the moment. Montrose. $19.99. Montrose, $19.99. Faithful, Todd Rundgren is $19.99. Sammy Davis Jr., Now. This is also $19.99. Let's see what label this is on. Should be on that. Very nice copy here. So we're pulling stuff out from, quote, the Atlanta collection, Fred's collection. There's a few things still in here from Memphis. There's some stuff we just bought here in the store not too long ago. Johnny Cash Greatest Hits Volume 1, that's $19.99. But I will say, John said if he's put out something today, it's a very nice copy. As you can tell, very clean records tonight. Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age, $14.99. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99. And the Guess Who, The Way They Were, the Guess Who, $14.99. Also, excuse me, I already have trouble enough talking on here. My voice is almost gone, which makes it even more difficult for me to talk. Randy Scarborough first on Montrose. Randy Scarborough first on Montrose. Winger, I think we had a bid higher than that already. I guess not. Calvin Ward's at 12 on the Winger 7-inch single, going once, going twice to him. And Whitney is now high bidder on the ELO at 15. Jerry Butler, Aware of Love, $29.99. Another Riot, Rock City. This one's $59.99. Riot Rock City. Never ever seen that one before. $59.99. Rainbow, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, and that's $29.99. I always love that cover. Guitar Castle, $29.99. Sylvian, $19.99. This is a Cher album we don't get very often. $19.99 on Cher. That one's called Stars. $19.99 on that. Frank Zappa, 10. Let me check the label on this. $44.99. This is Tinseltown Rebellion. I was close. I couldn't even make it out though. $44.99. Jamie Butler on Rainbow. Jamie Butler on Rainbow. Now the Winger is Final Call. Going twice, going 3 times. Chris Crowley is in on the ELO at 17. Whitney says she's out. So we may have found our winners for that. We'll see. Loudness, Delusion, $29.99. This is a blues record, Super Blues. This is an Italian pressing. Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, Little Walter, $24.99. Super Blues join forces. Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, and Little Walter. That is $24.99 pressed in Italy. Big Pig, Bonk, $14.99. Michael Ling on Loud. That's Loudness. Sell that to Michael Ling. Miles Davis, Heard Around the World, $29.99. Miles Davis, Heard Around the World, $29.99. Reel to Reel, that is Love. Love. I haven't seen that in a while. $49.99. Reel to Reel, $49.99 on Love. That's one we don't get too often. Epitaph, Outside the Law, $39.99. Epitaph, Outside the Law, $39.99. And Todd Rundgren, Initiation, $19.99. Miles Davis, The Man with the Horn, is $24.99. And Hammer, this is on the San Francisco label, $24.99. Hammer, $24.99. All right, let's pull John Mintzmoyer's Riot Rock City. John's got both of the Riots tonight. Let's go ahead and sell Winger to Calvin Ward for $12. And let's sell Chris Crowley ELO for $17. Those are sold and sold. The Sex Pistols, we need a little bit higher start on. Something we don't get too often. Wow, that's very nice. I'm just now looking at it. This is Sex Pistols. No Fun, Pretty Vacant. 1977. $15 start on that. 7-inch single with sleeve. Near mint minus vinyl. Now, if this Stones is in good shape, it will be a miracle. It's not too bad. It's VG Plus. Usually they're absolutely trashed. Yeah, that's Ruby Tuesday's not too bad. That's just a scuff right there. And then Let's Spend the Night Together. It's not too bad. It's going to have a little bit of noise when you listen to it, but it's really, really hard to find these Stone singles in, quote, mint condition. They just don't happen. It just don't happen. $5 start on that. Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. Pretty good single there, back to back. Sex Pistols, 15, 15, 15, 15, 16. Cameron Nance wants on the Dave Matthews Band Crash wait list. We have those coming in this week. I will put you down for one. Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks original recordings, $14.99. 1,200 hamburgers to go. Imus in the Morning, that's $14.99. Fire Down Under, Another Riot. This one's $29.99. Let's see if John Mintzmoyer gets that one. Riot, Fire Down Under. Tricycle, $34.99. We got some obscure 60s stuff in here in this bin. That's the Tricycle, ABC Records, Near Mint and Shrink Wrap, $34.99. Chet Atkins, Now and Then, Silver Anniversary Series, $19.99. Deep Purple, live with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. That is $26.99. Eurythmics Touch is $24.99. Leo Kottke, Ice Water, $9.99. I picked up the wrong one. Sex Pistols, we had 18, 20, 23, and 21. So Whitney Croy is at 23. Now John Mintzmoyer is at 25 on the Sex Pistols. And we have a $5 bid on the Rolling Stones. Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. That is with $5 to Donnie Moore. John Mintzmoyer does take the third Riot of the bin. That's sold to John Mintzmoyer. Healin', Todd Rundgren. This has the bonus 7-inch single that came with it, $19.99. Christmas America, $9.99. That has Bing Crosby, Glenn Campbell, Peggy Lee, Nat King Cole, Dean Martin. Christmas America. Town and Country Sound of Christmas is also $9.99. Glenn Campbell, Tennessee Ernie Ford, Sonny James, Peggy Lee, Ella Fitzgerald, Lou Rawls, another Christmas compilation. Johnny Cash, Mean as Hell, $14.99. This looks extremely nice. It is. Johnny Cash, Mean as Hell. That's $14.99. Tony Joe White, Eyes. Never seen that one before. $29.99. The Beatles live in Washington, D.C. $49.99. A live Beatles unofficial. $49.99. The Christmas Spirit, Johnny Cash. Wow, this looks like it's heavy enough too. This is an original 360 sound, sealed, $34.99. That's pretty cool. David Schroeder on Christmas America. That's sold to David Schroeder. John Mincemoyer back in on the Sex Pistols at $30. We're still bidding on that. And Francis Drennan wants Town and Country Christmas album. Donnie Moore has the Rolling Stones for $5. That's a steal in any condition. Going once, going twice, or now going twice, going three times to Donnie Moore. Let Them Eat Rock. This is sealed, $39.99. This is a compilation with Grim Reaper, Mass, Autograph, Shy, Judas Priest, Autograph, White Wolf, Nick Gilder, Gary O, and the Scorpions. Sealed with hype sticker. Win one of 1,000 free Hit Parade or Let Them Eat Rock t-shirts. That is sealed. Sell that to Alan Jonathan. Whitney Croy's out on the Sex Pistols, so let me remind everybody on that. John Mincemoyer has this for $30. Sex Pistols, No Fun, and Pretty Vacant. Original. Technically a UK, I guess. Is this UK? Should be. Yeah, UK. Excuse me. Frank Sinatra, September of My Years. Inner sleeve sealed. Wow, I'm glad that heat turned off because I'm about to suffocate. So technically this is sealed. This, if y'all wasn't aware, there's a lot of records from this era that they wasn't shrink wrapped. The inner sleeve is in a sealed perforated bag, and that's how it came. That's a sealed mono copy. So this is like a perforated bag here, and the cover was never shrink wrapped. So this is technically a sealed Frank Sinatra, September of My Years. That is $24.99. Vern Gotson, Till the End, is also sealed, $29.99. And Two Sides of Wanda, Wanda Jackson. This is some kind of UK pressing. It's $29.99. I was about to say, I've never seen this cover. This is a UK? Germany. It's a German pressing. Wanda Jackson, German pressing. 3 O'Clock, Ever After, $19.99. This is also $19.99. Let me figure out what we have here. This is Seal, Sylvian, and the Teardrops, $19.99. And Bruce Willis, The Return of Bruno. That's $24.99. Last two records is Spyro Gyra. That is $19.99. Never seen that one before. And Janet Jackson, Black Cat, which is a 12-inch single, $24.99. All right, Sex Pistols is sold to John Mincemoyer for $30. And Donnie Moore, in my opinion, got a steal on the Rolling Stones for $5. That's sold to Donnie Moore. Okay, let me go back through this bin. I'll read off titles. If anybody wants prices, let me know. There are some fantastic high-grade records in here. All new vintage stuff. Willie Nelson Country Winners. Faithful Todd Rundgren. Sammy Davis Jr. Now. Johnny Cash Greatest Hits Volume 1. Dan Fogelberg The Innocent Age. Doobie Brothers Living on the Fault Line. Donnie Moore wants Janet Jackson. That's sold to Donnie Moore. The Guess Who. Jerry Butler. Sylvian. Cher. Frank Zappa. Super Blues. Big Pig. Bonk. Miles Davis. Heard Around the World. Donnie Moore also wants Spyro. And Tim Besaw wants Cash Hits. Let's say, there's usually people asking for this. I mean, this is like a absolutely near mint copy. That's sold to Tim Besaw. Love, Reel to Reel. Epitaph. Todd Rundgren. Sylvian was the guitarist for New York Dolls. Hey, there you go. Something I didn't know. Miles Davis, The Man with the Horn. Hammer. Dan Hicks. Imus in the Morning. The Tricycle. Chet Atkins. Deep Purple. Eurythmics. Leo Kottke. Todd Rundgren. Johnny Cash. Tony Joe White. The Beatles. Johnny Cash is sealed. Frank Sinatra is sealed. Vern Gotson is sealed. Wanda Jackson is a German pressing. 3 O'Clock. Sylvian. Is that the same guy? And Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. Sorry if I'm having to cough every 5 seconds. I wish I didn't have to, but it's just a natural reflex. All right, new vinyl coming up next, right, Tanner?
Sure.
How you doing, Seth? Seth said he's great, everybody. We got Seth and Tanner. Josh just left. Doug left about an hour ago. About the same time John did. He's been pricing records all day. Doug's been shipping all day. Now the night shift is here, selling records until about midnight, hopefully. Good neck adjustment. Hope y'all couldn't hear that. The tricycle was $34.99. The Vern Gotson was $29.99. New vinyl and restocks. Whiskey Myers Mud, $26.99. Whiskey Myers Mud, $26.99. Wasp Galagatha, $29.99. Do I have a bottle of water somewhere around here? I definitely need one. I may just get a nice cold. Here's this one. I mean, you also go over here and grab these 2 puzzles. Preston Rogers on Mud. I can see that from across the room. All right. We show a couple. Well, let me pull these first. Preston Rogers on Mud. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Wasp, sold to Bill Fratsky. Chris Crowley, I will put you on a waiting list for that. That's Wasp Galagatha. I think that's how you say that. Chris will put you on a waiting list for that. Funkadelic, Maggot Brain, $29.99. Originals of this, I'm talking clean originals, are so expensive now. $29.99. Rush, this is a unofficial. I thought I better get them though. I mean, I don't hardly get anything Rush. Spirit of the Airwaves. This is a live 1980 Missouri broadcast. $39.99. Looks like they're doing 2112 stuff. Spirit of the Radio tracks. Anthem, early stuff there. That is $39.99. These were in stock, and I thought, well, we'll try them out. I believe they're. I've got another one coming up. It's on blue vinyl, and one of them's on white vinyl. So anytime you see this sticker from Parachute or whoever does this Killer Cuts, they're for sure colored vinyl. There'll be some kind of color. David Schroeder, first on the Funkadelic. Put that for David Schroeder. Whitney, you were second. I'll put you on a waiting list. And Chris, you were third if you're okay with a waiting list as well. And Chris Mike is first to the Rush. That's a live 1980 show. Sell that to Chris. 2 people on the waiting list for Funkadelic. Okay, these are puzzles. These are from Atlanta Collection. This is new and sealed. What year is this? I want to say it's from sometime in the 80s. I may be a little off. Late 80s, early 90s. 92. 1999. The Elvis Stamp Puzzle. 550 pieces from, Milton Bradley. This has never been opened. 1999. Elvis Puzzle. 1999. And this one, it should be a little bit older. I have a feeling Regina might buy that if she's watching. This is from 1984. This is an original Michael Jackson puzzle, also sealed. $24.99. 500-piece puzzle. These are some big boxes, by the way. I don't know if hopefully we have something that, if we have to ship these, they'll fit. But that is $24.99. That is sealed. 1984 Michael Jackson and the Elvis puzzle from 1992. I've seen those before. I've never seen one sealed, though, unopened. Those are both new and sealed. 84 and 92 there. $24.99 on Michael Jackson. We'll sell that to Carlene Rollins. Next LP, I think, is another Rush. It is. This is Rush, the first American broadcast, 1974, Agora Ballroom, Cleveland, Ohio, 1974. Early Rush there. $44.99. It does have a tear in the shrink. Absolutely no damage to it. Actually, I like what they've done here. They've put the LPs in between the gatefold. This is really good, so it don't leave seam splits on the cover. That is $44.99. Rush, the first American broadcast, $44.99. That should be on white vinyl. Public Servant, When Chad Gets Steely Dan, buy without hesitation. Very pricey, worth, dead quiet, gorgeous. Yeah, I'm waiting for those to come in. I'm not for sure where they're at. Next is Les Claypool's Frog Brigade. Les Claypool's Frog Brigade, live frog sets 1 and 2, $44.99. Randy Scarborough takes the other Rush. We have Neil Young, Carnegie Hall. So I had an opportunity to get some more of these. It's been a while since I've had it. Such an amazing, quiet, great sounding concert. Awesome track list, 1970, $39.99. 2 LP. It's been a while since I've shown that, probably since it originally came out last year. Aerosmith, Permanent Waves. There was actually a pretty big wait list for this. $36.99. Jason Kenton, Vernon Lehman, Tim Holloway, Bob Riger, Chris Crowley, and Robert Johnson. Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. I may have just said Permanent Waves. I've got Rush on my mind. But that is $36.99. Jason Kenton, Vernon Lehman, Tim Holloway, Bob Riger, Chris Crowley, and Robert Johnson. Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. I have 2 left. Eddie Pasir wants the Neil Young. Eddie Pasir gets the Neil Young. Pussifer. Now this one I'm not going to mess up. V is for Viagra. The remixes, $29.99. Pussifer is $29.99. Queen, Half-Speed Master of Jazz, $29.99. Half-Speed Master of Jazz is $29.99. Robert Johnson needs to pass on the Aerosmith. Jason said, I've already got it. This may be one we didn't delete. I'm not for sure. Robert says he needs to pass. Jason says he's already got it. This may have been one we didn't delete, Tanner. So we may need to... Is Bob Riger still watching? Bob, do you need one? We'll find out if Bob or Chris Crowley still need one. So scratch off this wait list. Scratch Robert Johnson's name off. Scratch Jason Kenton's name off. Next comment, though, was Jason Ivy. He says, never mind. Okay. So nobody yet on Aerosmith. Brent Alverson gets a Queen Jazz Half-Speed Master. That's sold to Brent Alverson. And Steve Howe gets the Pussifer. All right, so that's sold and sold. So Aerosmith is still available. Minor Threat. This is called the Collection. I forgot what they called this. Maybe the Singles Collection. Minor Threat, $28.99. Prodigy, The Fat of the Land. Now, as y'all are aware, I posted a pre-order for a new 50th Anniversary Edition. This is the regular standard that's been in and out of print for the last couple years. $44.99. Prodigy, The Fat of the Land. There is a new version coming out, but some people may want this one. And Chris, this does have Smack My BITCH up. Let's see. Minor Threat to Mike Massey. Chris Micus wants the Prodigy. And what's on Aerosmith? Aerosmith, the hits are Ragdoll, Dude Looks Like a Lady. That's for sure the 2 biggest ones. I guess technically Angel maybe. But that's the 2 hits. Ragdoll, Dude Looks Like a Lady. Maybe something else on there I'm missing. Tracy Miller. So I'm pretty sure they're done with this pressing. But if you want us to put you down on a pre-order for the new version that's coming out, let me know. That's posted in the group. But we can tag you in that if you're interested. The Bob Seger System. First time I've seen a reissue of this in a while. Technically his first album. $33.99. Brian says he'll take an Aerosmith. Yeah, this album, original copies of this, they don't come through too often. And we sold a ton of these when this came back in stock a few months ago. So go ahead and sell that one to Brian. I've got one left in here, and it looks like I'm going to have a couple coming back from the waiting list as well. This is the Prodigy, the singles. So this is kind of like a hits compilation maybe. $33.99, the singles, 1990 to 2005. The Prodigy, that is $33.99. Ozzy, Memoirs of a Madman. This is a 2 LP, black vinyl. Ozzy, Greatest Hits. Solo, $39.99. Rush, Permanent Waves, $79.99. I had one person on a waiting list for this. Where are you, Rush? Lou Hetzer. Lou Hetzer. So Rush Permanent Waves is, you're going to get the standard LP, which by itself right now is not cheap, and this should be a 180 gram remaster. You're going to get a booklet in there, and then you're going to get a 2 LP live show from their World Tour 1980. So 3 LPs. You're getting the remastered studio album, 2 LP live show, and a booklet. Yeah. That is $79.99. Make sure there's nothing else in there. If you're interested, for about $100 more, there's even a bigger version back here behind me. We got a couple of those in stock. Kevin Kubina on the Aussie. Whitney Croy, we'll put you on a wait list for that. I don't know why I didn't order more of those because I usually keep these in stock here in the store. That's the only one I have. We'll sell that one to Kevin. Whitney, we'll get you one. Yes, Bob Seger has Ramblin' Gamblin' Man on. That's actually got some 2 plus 2 is good. The whole, I mean, it's all good, but Ramblin' Gamblin' Man, 2 plus 2 equals whatever he says on there. That's a great song. Pantera, Far Beyond Driven. This is about the only studio album from Pantera that's in stock. This and Reinvented the Steel. This one's $36.99, Far Beyond Driven. I think this is technically a 2 LP version. Yeah, 2 LP version of that. Preston said he'll take Bob Seger. Yeah, I'd say Ramblin' Gamblin' Man is my favorite Seger song. That's on that album. The Breakfast Club. I've got 1 copy left after I posted the back in stock post. Walt Cruz, Dakota Wilkie, Sherry Darnell, and Tim Holloway are getting one. I've got 1 left. These don't come around too often, especially OGs. That's a $50 and up album if it's an original. $33.99 for The Breakfast Club. And System of a Down, Hypnotize. $28.99 on System of a Down, Hypnotize. Okay, not much left in that one. One more time. Les Claypool, $44.99. I really just recently figured out the connection of all this guy with Primus and South Park and all that. I really started figuring out who this guy was because I see his records and I see his out-of-print records sell for crazy prices. So I had to figure out who he was. $44.99 on Les Claypool. 1, but we should have more now. Aerosmith, $36.99. Prodigy, the singles, kind of like a compilation, $33.99. Rush, Permanent Waves, $79.99. Pantera is $36.99. The Breakfast Club is $33.99, and System of a Down is $28.99. Yes, Iron Maiden Beast, yes, that's due out. They shipped me 31 copies today. We got 31. I think I pre-sold about 25, so yes, those are coming in. Greg says, how does this work? Do you ship? We do. We ship anywhere in the world. We usually have a couple Canadian customers watching. But for United States here, $7 unlimited shipping. If you're local, if you're within driving distance of Lebanon, which now almost everybody ships. We have people right down the road that we ship to. They would prefer ship it to us than come pick up now. Just very convenient. $7 unlimited shipping. As much as you want to buy all week. So this is our first show of the week. We plan on having a show tonight, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday's iffy. I'm definitely not going to the South Carolina game. I kind of want to watch it, but I can also watch it and sell records, so we may have a sale Saturday night. I don't know. But we have sales all week, $7 unlimited shipping. Next comment was, we need to put down David Schroeder for a Breakfast Club. Okay? Chelsea's watching for him, I think. That is so to David. And then Donnie Moore, if you're okay with it, I've got to order more of these to keep in stock here at the store. $33.99. We'll put Donnie Moore down on the waiting list. By the way, this has Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. One reason that's such in high demand. I do not have Power Slave. All right, that's all new vinyl that's left over. Let me condense that down over here into this other crate. I'll grab another crate of new vintage arrivals for tonight. We still got 6 crates of new vintage arrivals to go through. Not a whole lot of auctions tonight. I've got a lot of, I'd rather flip through crates than try to run a lot of auctions tonight. I do have another bin of putbacks. I do have a few stray things, though. Let me try to find some of that in just a second. We'll go ahead and knock out another crate, though. Let me flip through this one right quick. Make sure there's nothing in here I promised. You know, sometimes people see stuff where I'm like, yeah, we may have a copy in the back. And I'm like, if I ever find it, we'll auction it. So I always do a quick, wow, there's a couple. Well, I won't mention the artist, but those will definitely sell. I'll just leave those in there. I thought I saw one. Yeah, we definitely need to auction that. I always put their stuff up for auction. All right. Let's see what we got here. Donnie Moore said list is fine. Have you started charging sales tax on invoice outside of Tennessee? No, we haven't. Okay, the Clash Combat Rock is up for bid. We've got it in a nice anti-static sleeve. Very clean, has a couple scuffs right here, looks like sleeve scuffs, probably because it was stored for years in this very thick, hard stock paper sleeve. This is, I'll put this up for a $45 start. The Clash Combat Rock, $45 start on that. Really nice copy. Appears to be OG, yeah. $45 start on that, the Clash Combat Rock. All right, new vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. We have Unicorn, No More or One More Tomorrow. That is a sealed copy, $29.99. Unicorn, One More Tomorrow, $29.99. The Diner soundtrack is $29.99. Original motion picture. Is this 2 LPs? It is. Jerry Lee Lewis, whole lot of shaking going on. Bobby Darin, Jane Morgan, Fats Domino, Carl Perkins, the Fleetwoods. Looks like a 50s, a lot of 50s music on that soundtrack. I don't know a lot about Unicorn, but it's sealed. Say It With Country. Original 14 hits, original artists, Roseanne Cash, Janie Freaky, Mickey Gilley, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Willie. That's $14.99. Do you still have Power Man 5000? I do. I've got one copy left. Power Man 5000. One copy left. Jude Cole, $14.99. Mr. Welcome to the Real World. This is $24.99. Kyrie, Broken Wings. Original inner sleeve here. Very nice copy of this. Mr. That is $24.99. Youngblood soundtrack. Never had seen that before. $24.99. Dr. John is a white label promo. $124.99. Dr. John, The Night Tripper, The Sun, Moon, and Herbs. White label promo. $124.99. Gatefold original white label promo. Not easy to get. $124.99. The Diner soundtrack, Andrew, was $29.99. Marty Kramer wants Jude Cole. Chris Micus on Youngblood soundtrack. Brent Rabley's at $45 on the Clash. That's going once, going twice. Alex, the Diner soundtrack was $29.99. Sean Rushford is sold on Blood. That was Youngblood. That's already sold to Chris Micus. Andrew said he'll claim the Diner soundtrack. Sell that to Andrew Policino. Excuse me. I'm slowly losing my voice. Love, Fall Start, $44.99. We've had a couple Love albums tonight. I don't have any Laserdiscs tonight. We have some on our eBay page, and I've got a few in the back. Scorpions, Love at First Sting, $34.99. Scorpions, Love at First Sting, $34.99. The Clash Combat Rock is going twice, going 3 times to Brent Rabley for $45. Huey Lewis and the News, 4 in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $19.99. Randy Newman, 12 songs. This is a sealed copy, $64.99. Randy Newman, 12 songs, sealed. Did I get Power Man 5000? You asked about it. I didn't know if you wanted one or not. But it sounds like you want one, so I will give you one. We have one left, don't we? Yeah. Jason Ivy for Power Man 5000. You got one now. Steppenwolf at your birthday party, $19.99. Uriah Heep, very Evie, very humble, is $19.99. Southside Johnny, I Don't Want to Go Home. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. That's a nice copy. Bring this a little closer. Aretha Franklin, Soul 69, $29.99. Wow, that's nice. Aretha Franklin, Soul 69. Has a couple tape residue on the back, but for the most part, nice copy of that. Those usually beat the heck. Wayne Titsworth on Uriah Heep. Wayne Titsworth gets the Uriah Heep. Aretha Franklin, the legendary Queen of Soul. Never seen this before. Looks like some kind of compilation. 2 LP compilation for this. Mockingbird. Some interesting tracks on here. Running Out Fools. I don't see a lot of hits. Looks like a lot of obscurities on that one. Donnie Moore on the Southside Johnny. That goes to Donnie Moore. Janet Jackson, Nasty. 12-inch single, $14.99. Did the Prodigy singles sale. Christopher, it is still available. Christopher, it's still available. Tad, 8-Way Santa. What a weird looking record. $99.99, 1991 Australian pressing, white transparent vinyl. Tad, 8-Way Santa. Wow. Crucifix Dehumanation, $54.99. Wow. Where did all this stuff come from? It's a wild looking jacket. Crucifix Dehumanation, $54.99 on that. Donnie Moore on Janet Jackson. G.E. Smith, In the World, $14.99. Count Basie and his orchestra featuring Joe Williams, Breakfast Dance and Barbecue. From 1959 on Roulette, $29.99. Count Basie. Wow. I didn't know he was on Roulette label. That one is. Scorpions Worldwide Live, $39.99. The second original Scorpions album in here, $39.99. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Nine Tonight. Really nice copy of that. $29.99. Bravo, Brubeck, $19.99. Chick Corea, Acoustic Band. From 1989, $39.99. Chick Corea. Wow. Acoustic Band. Was Uriah and OG? Yes. Miles Davis at Plugged Nickel, Chicago. This is a 1981 Japanese pressing. No obi. $39.99. We need to go ahead and sell The Clash. Wow, only one bid on this. That sold to Brent Rabley for $45. Griffin Locke, Eddie Lockjaw Davis and Johnny Griffin Quintet. That's $19.99. Max Roach, Deeds Not Words, featuring Booker Little. That's on Riverside. That's a 1968 pressing. $24.99. Louis Armstrong. Just appears to be self-titled. $19.99. Some kind of compilation. The Melodic Stan Getz is $24.99. Stan Getz with guest artist Lorando Almeida. That is $29.99. Prez with John Lewis, Buddy Rich, Ray Brown, and Gene Ramey. That is $39.99. Another Japanese pressing. Jeffrey Osborne is Sealed, $19.99. Michael Murphy, Blue Sky Night Thunder, $14.99. Hall of Fame, Count Basie, $9.99. Jacques and Lescott, the Ornette Coleman Songbook, $34.99. Swing Low, Sweet Cadillac, Dizzy Gillespie. That's from 1967 on the Impulse label. $39.99. Dizzy Gillespie, Swing Low, Sweet Cadillac. This is a Japanese pressing. $39.99. Who is this? This is You and Me, the Al Coon Zoot Sims Quintet. Coleman Hawkins, Accent on Tenor, $29.99. Basic Basie, Count Basie and his orchestra, $14.99. Ames English, John Fred and his Playboy Band, featuring the hit single Judy in Disguise. That's $19.99. Linda Ronstadt, What's New, is $9.99. Linda Ronstadt, Lush Life is $9.99. Merry Christmas, Bing Crosby, $9.99. And the Scorpions, Taken by Force, $34.99. And this bin was the one that technically had the sealed Billy Joe Schaefer. That's $199.99. I'm going to put that back in there. Okay, I'm going to read back through those titles before I move on to the next bin. Then I'm going to do our next crate of new vinyl. Is everybody awake out there? Sorry if I'm sounds like I'm barely talking. So, Woods Felix wants Scorpions Worldwide Live and Love at First Sting. I'll pull those as I'm going through these. Let me read titles. If you want to know prices, let me know. This is only our second bin of new vintage stuff for tonight. Unicorn, Say It With Country, Mr. Dr. John, Love, Scorpions, Love at First Sting. That sold to Woods Felix. Donnie Moore wants Bing Crosby. I was about to say, no one's even buying the original Bing Crosby Christmas album. Huey Lewis 4, Randy Newman 12 songs, Steppenwolf at Your Birthday Party, Aretha Franklin Soul 69, Aretha Franklin, the legendary Queen of Soul, Tad, 8-Way Santa, Crucifix, Dehumanation, G.E. Smith, Count Basie, Scorpions Worldwide Live, that's the other one sold to Woods Felix, Bob Seger, 9 Tonight, Bravo Brubeck, Chick Corea Acoustic Band, Miles Davis, Eddie Lockjaw Davis, and Johnny Griffin, Max Roach, Louis Armstrong, Stan Getz, Prez, Jeffrey Osborne, Michael Murphy, Count Basie, Ornette Coleman, Dizzy Gillespie, Zoot Sims, Coleman Hawkins, Count Basie, Ames English, Linda Ronstadt. Donnie Moore says he'll take both Lindas. John Mintzmore claimed Tad earlier. Did he? Yeah. I didn't even see that. Tad was awesome. Oh, I didn't see where he wanted it, though. John Mintzmoyer on the Tad. That was right here. So John Mintzmoyer got the Tad. Bertrand Chapman wanted Tad and Crucifix. Looks like John beat you to it. And Bertrand, you do get the Crucifix, though. And, of course, I'm going to lay this Bing Crosby on top. That also went to Donnie Moore. What was the Chick Corea Acoustic? The Chick Corea Acoustic, that's was $39.99. That's about all I can tell you about it. Let me figure out what happened to it. Well, there's the Scorpions again, Taken by Force, and the Billy Joe Schaefer album that's sealed. Let's see, Griff and Lock Label. Griff and Lock Label. That's this one right here. Jazzland. Orange Jazzland label. $19.99. Tad is already sold. It was $99.99. Okay, let me grab a new crate. The Scorpions Taken by Force is surprisingly still available. It is $34.99. Jake, that's yours if you want it. All the other ones also have already sold. And Jake, if you don't want it, it looks like Jamie Butler does. So Jake, just let me know. That may be your first purchase with us, Jake. If so, last crate of new vinyl, unless we go back through some stuff tonight. This first record's kind of interesting. This is not the new version. This is an old, is it still 2LP? Yeah, it's still 2LP, but this is not the new remaster. This is an old version that they just loaded back into our cart. I got 4 copies of it. It's Use Your Illusion 1, but this is the old SKU, not the new remaster. So if anybody's a serious Guns N' Roses fan and you want everything you can possibly have with every SKU, then this is a new one. And it's $15 cheaper than the other. $29.99, but that's not the new version. That's an old SKU that I had back ordered from forever ago. It's weird that those came back in stock, kind of. I don't know what's up with that. Jake Dale says he'll take it. Jake, is that your first purchase with us? Is that your first purchase with us? If so, here's some instructions, and I'll go ahead and say this for anybody that may be watching for the first time tonight. If you're a first-time buyer, if you're on Facebook, you have to send us a Facebook message to this Collectco page. Send us a message with your email address and your mailing address. It will be almost a week. It will be a week before you get an invoice from us. We do invoicing every Monday on a Monday weekly cycle. So every Monday, $7 unlimited shipping for everything you bought that week, and then it resets. So you can catch shows for the rest of the week and buy as much as you want. It really, $7 is already, in my opinion, a bargain for shipping for one LP, but especially if you buy a bunch. The Whiplash mailers and the tape and the label and the pads and everything together probably cost us a couple dollars or more, maybe $3. not including labor and postage. Then you got to pay for postage. So a lot of people don't realize how costly shipping is now. $7 a week is a bargain. These Guns N' Roses is sold to Bubby Mercer, Rob Scheffler, John Sheehan, and Monica Harris. Those are all gone. If your feed happens to freeze, just close out and restart. Guns N' Roses is sold out. I doubt I can get any more of those. Kraftwerk Autobahn. I've only got one copy of this. $31.99. I know it's not the traditional cover, but that is the Kraftwerk album. And it's made in Germany. I thought that was interesting. Kraftwerk Autobahn. For some reason, all the original copies are beat to heck. Probably not bad to have a new one. $31.99 for Autobahn. Lady Gaga, The Fame. $36.99. Lady Gaga, The Fame. $36.99. Wasp, The Last Command. $39.99. Wasp, The Last Command. $39.99. Guns N' Roses, Anarchy in the UK. This is a live show from 1987. 2 LP on red vinyl. I had a wait list for that. Michael Corbell and Kevin Jordan. I've got those back in stock. Anarchy in the UK. That is a live. I don't know what happened to my other waiting list. I hope I don't need it. But that is a live Guns N' Roses. $39.99. I've got one left. Ah, okay. Thank you. That's my other one. I'll just leave those right there. Zachary Smith on the Lady Gaga. By the way, this one has probably her biggest hit, Poker Face, on it. If anybody else wants me to order you one of those. That's sold to Zachary Smith. Steve Howe on Wasp. We got a lot of Wasp in the last week and this week that we haven't had in stock in forever. So if anybody else wants me, I'm still going to order another single of all those. But if anybody wants anyone, let me know. That's sold to Steve Howe. Wasp, The Best of the Best. $46.99. This is a 2 LP Wasp Greatest Hits. $46.99. This is a weird release here, or I won't say a release, a weird waiting list we have. I thought I had these back ordered, but I guess I didn't. This is $31.99. It's called Prince Under the Covers, which is a Prince covers album. It is an unofficial from Parachute. These people here, I had you on a waiting list, but I don't have one pulled for you. Because one, it was for so long ago, and I may have had some come in since then. Don West, Kevin Porter, Zach Elias, Troy Robinson, Jason F., Jeff Lundy, and Josh Duvall. That's the waiting list I have for this. If any of those people are watching and you want one, I'll give you first dibs. But if you just want to go ahead and claim one, I may have two available, and that is Prince Under the Covers, $31.99. It's Kraftwerk colored vinyl. I don't think so. Well, maybe the barcode is covered in a barcode. It is. It ends in 911455. 911455. Sorry, my voice is just about gone. Bill Fratsky gets the other Wasp, which was the best of Wasp. Josh Duvall and Preston Rogers on the Prince. Josh Duvall and Preston Rogers on the Prince. Sell those to Josh Duvall and Preston Rogers. There was more available, but I didn't know how many more I needed to get. So if anybody else wants one of those Prince, let me know. Chris Wood says, take me off the Megadeth wait list. Okay, I didn't know we had you on one, but we'll take you off of it. Pussifer, Money Shot Your Reload. $29.99 for Pussifer. That is $29.99. Black Sabbath, self-titled. That's a deluxe edition with the alternate takes and instrumentals. $39.99. Hellboy, pressed on red vinyl. Hellboy soundtrack. $34.99. $34.99. I went back so I didn't have sticker color. Cost more. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's colored vinyl or not, though, if anybody confirmed that. Steve Howe on Pussifer. Some of these I remember when I order, or I see it when I order, but by the time it comes here and I'm selling it live, I don't even remember what I ordered. It's like all new stuff to me. Leonard Skinner, Icon. This is a 2 LP. Leonard Skinner's Greatest Hits. $29.99. Icon. Sweet Home Alabama, Ain't the One. Juicy's Gone. Give Me 3 Steps. Simple Man, Call Me the Breeze. You got that right. That Smell, Swamp Music. Saturday Night Special, What's Your Name? And the entire side 4 is a live version of Freebird. That will go on forever. Wasp. Technically, their self-titled album, $34.99, Wasp. And Megadeth, Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? These are still in stock, so I grab a couple every time I put in an order. $38.99 for Megadeth, Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? The White Stripes Greatest Hits. Somebody was asking about this the other day, and we didn't have them in stock. I was like, I've got to change that. Always people asking for this. This is $34.99. Bill Fratsky on Wasp. That just came in. And Jamie Butler also wants one. Jamie, I will put you on a waiting list if that's okay. I think I can still get these. Americana Collected are not in. If it has a street date for this week, then they should be in this week, but I don't have them on hand yet, no. R.M. Lozelle on White Stripes. R.M. Lozelle on White Stripes. He put AS, but I bet that was an autocorrect. Brandon Jackson. I was looking at this corner right here, R.M. It's kind of dinged, if that's okay. If not, I'll have to get another one of those. It's just a light little ding right there. Let me know if that's okay. If not, I will have to order another one and send this one back. That's up to you, though. I try to, as y'all see, when I pull out this new vinyl, I'm always like kind of subconsciously touching and feeling the corners to make sure they're okay. Let's see. So we also need to put Brandon Jackson on that Wasp waiting list. Jamie Butler says he's okay as well with that. Clutch Blast Tyrant, $33.99. Clutch Blast Tyrant, $33.99. And another Wasp, Live in the Raw. Wasp is $46.99. Live in the Raw, 2LP. It is so hard to find these original pressings. I don't know, when was the last time we had original Wasp albums? Maybe the Knoxville Metal Collection? I never see them. Never. Jamie Butler gets the Clutch. Yep. And Brandon Jackson on the Wasp. And I only ordered one each of all these. I can't believe they were even in stock. And that's why I was like, well, we'll do our wait list deal because I don't know which one's more desirable right now than others. But we got their early stuff. We got a lot of their later albums. Sell that one to Brandon Jackson. And then Bill Fratsky and Steve Howe on the waiting list. By the way, these waiting lists are almost automatic unless you tell us not to. Pearl Jam, Under the Covers. This is for sure on blue vinyl. This is a Pearl Jam covers album, 2LP. We've sold a lot of these. Jason F., I have you on a waiting list. Jason F., Pearl Jam Under Covers. I've got one left. Excuse me. Chad Kerfoot on the Clutch waiting list. The Ramones at the Cretan Hop. This is a live show from the Second Chance Saloon, February of 1970. It is also on splatter vinyl, $39.99. George Buchanan on the Pearl Jam. Wow, new vinyl is certainly outselling vintage tonight. And then this is a live Tom Petty show. We have 2 volumes. I have both of them available, volume 1 and 2. This is a live show he did in 2003. As a complete set, this is the complete concert, or as a 2-piece set, that's the complete concert. $31.99 each. Those are black vinyl. Tom Petty, My Kind of Town. Awesome track list, of course. 2 LPs. How many total tracks? This one has 14 and this one has 17. Wow. So those are $31.99 each, if you want both of those. Zachary Smith on the Ramones. Zachary Smith on the Ramones. Donnie, the Pearl Jam was $39.99 if you want on that waiting list. It's called Under the Covers. It's a Pearl Jam covers album on blue vinyl. Josh Duvall on the Tom Petty. And Kevin, I obviously plan on ordering more of these. I used to have a bunch of them in the Tom Petty bin, and we got down to like 1 volume 1 or 1 volume 2, and then this is the first time I've reordered in a while. Those are Josh Duvall's. Kevin, I'll put you down for those. By the way, it's just Monday, so if you have... if you put anything on a waiting list, as long as it's not sold out and it's in stock, we will definitely have it on this week's invoice. Chad, you have the newest Clutch Sunrise on Slaughter Beach. I never did see that or order it. First time I've actually took notice of it. So, Greg, if you want me to check into that for you, I will. Stacy, Missy Elliott will be here this week. I've got 2 ordered. I've got one for you and one for Troy. Grateful Dead. So Parachute, this is the first time I've ordered any of these. Parachute has a ton of live Grateful Dead unofficials. And this is Candyman, Volume 1, Oakland Coliseum, from October 27th, 1991. This is $31.99. $31.99, Grateful Dead. $31.99. Craig, is that official release? No. Tom Petty, Pearl Jam, Grateful Dead, these are all unofficials. But what's weird is it's a pretty big label, and they come from, I would say, the second or third biggest record distributor in the country. So I don't really consider them bootlegs or unofficials, but at the same time they are. So that's $31.99. We'll sell that one to Kevin Kubina. Donnie Moore wants on the Pearl Jam waiting list. I've got 2 Missy Elliott's. So Jason, if you want one, I need to order more. I didn't think we were going to get them. They came out last week and they're just now shipping. Okay, not much left in this bin. Let's go through it one more time. This is a live unofficial from Guns N' Roses, Anarchy in the UK. The Marquee broadcast from 1987, 2LP, red vinyl. 1 copy of Kraftwerk Autobahn left, $31.99. I've got multiples of the Black Sabbath Deluxe, $39.99. Hellboy on red vinyl, $34.99. Leonard Skinner's Icon, that's like a greatest hits, 2LP, $29.99. Megadeth Peace Sells, but who's buying? I've sold a lot of those lately. I've got 2 more there, $38.99. Put Jason Ivy, and make sure we have Missy Stacy Brown down as well. I know Troy's getting one. Stacy Brown and Jason Ivy along with Troy Robinson on the Missy Elliott list. Okay, let me combine those LPs, and I will grab, I'm also interested in Missy if you were able to get one. Okay, Whitney down for 1 as well. What about, who was interested in Jennifer Lopez? Because I had kind of a special order for one of those for somebody, and then we really kind of misplaced or forgot who was wanting it. All right, new crate. Let me flip through this right quick. I see some blues. I see some country. I see hard rock. I see some jazz, more hard rock, some soundtracks, some 80s R&B, some children's records, more country, and Motown. Let's go through this crate. Let's see what we got here. We got to get our vintage caught back up. New vinyl. New vinyl is blowing it out tonight. Let's see. George Buchanan needs the Kraftwerk track list. Maybe Craig can do us a nice copy and paste for that. I'm interested in J-Lo. Is she single? I don't think so. I don't know. She may be. Bill Fratsky wants on the wait list for Lady Gaga, the Fame. I will order you one of those, Bill. Anybody else? New vintage stuff. Yeah, we got to get the vintage back up. We got to even it. I try to sell as much even as possible on vintage and new, but let's see what we got here. Let me do a knuckle crack. Up my neck. No one wants the Elvis puzzle. Regina must be at work still. Regina would have bought this if she's watching. The Elvis puzzle for $19.99, new and sealed. We sold the Michael Jackson puzzle. All right, new vintage arrivals. Stevie Wonder in Square Circle, $24.99. These are all really clean. This is another. I'll do the check condition bin next because it's got some really, really good titles. Ambrosia, that's in shrink wrap, $9.99, Rhode Island for Ambrosia. Robert Palmer, some people can do what they like. Robert Palmer is $19.99. Motown Sounds is the Motown Sound Volume 5, collection of 16 big hits, Volume 5. That is $19.99. Chris Mikas on Ambrosia, A and B. That's sold to Chris Mikas. Sorry, time for some water. Tanner, you want to come substitute? Seth, you want to come do this? Seth passes. Tanner, you want to come do a crate? Tanner says we're doing great. We'll definitely have to pause at 9:30 or 9 probably. I'll have to go gargle some Monster. I've never done that before, gargling some Monster. Wow. Rob Scheffler on Motown. That may give me some kind of like, I may turn into a creature. Rockwell, somebody's watching me. $24.99. I always feel like somebody's watching me. $24.99. Yeah, I text April this morning. I said, can you help any this week? She says, no, I'll be asleep. So I was like, okay, good night. Merle Haggard, a friend in California, $12.99. This has a little bit of cover damage back here on the back. Merle Haggard, vinyl is near mint, $12.99. Atlanta Rhythm Section is $19.99. Atlanta Rhythm Section. What's this one called? I guess it's self-titled. Yeah, self-titled. 2LP. That's $19.99. George Buchanan on Rockwell. Sell that to George Buchanan. Kershaw. Is that what that says? Yeah, I've had this before, I think. Yeah. Kershaw. 2LP on Hickory. $24.99. Guy Goodman on the Atlanta Rhythm Section. Eddie Bruce, you were second. Fiona. Beyond the Pale. Fiona is $14.99. The Groovin' Strings and Things. Cub. $14.99. Is that the label? I think that's the label. Yeah. This is it's string music, but it's like the Fool on the Hill Beatles song. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Can't find the time. That is $14.99. If I was there, I would do a bin for you. Thank you, Craig. The ARS should be the first and second L2LP set. Is it a cutout? Yes, it was a cutout. Earl Scruggs and Lester Flatt. I'm going to say it. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. This is Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs, self-titled. Really cool cover there in front of their Martha White flower bus and this banjo type thing. That's $24.99. String Bean, going to the Grand Ole Opry. String Bean, $19.99. Him and his weird looking pants. The first Sesame Street movie ever, original motion picture soundtrack, $29.99. Let's see if it has the bonus items. It looks like it does. It has the board game, which I think you play. Let's see here. Yeah. Has all the pieces and stuff with it. That's $29. That's a really nice copy for a children's record that was meant to be played with. They literally manufactured this record for kids to destroy it. And it's looks like it's near mint. Let's check this out. Yeah, that was never played with. Tracy Ullman, You Broke My Heart in 17 Places. That's $9.99. Dream So Real, Father's House, $29.99. This is a Atlantic record sampler, $19.99. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Roy Buchanan, Foreigner, Jay Giles, CJ and Co., Slave, Average White Band, Aretha Franklin. Jays and Ivy on the Sesame Street record. Delaney and Friends, Class Reunion, $19.99. Bessie Smith, Empty Bed Blues, $24.99. Rockin' Rollin' Robbins. Is this Marty? Who is this? $14.99. Is that? It looks like Marty Robbins. It is Marty Robbins. Rockin' Rollin' Robbins Volume 2, the Ray Conniff recordings. $14.99. Walt Cruz wants Dream So Real. So real. That's so to Walt. Walt, I was about to say that. I was about to say, that's a Walt Cruz record, but I've been saying that a few times lately and you hadn't been on or you hadn't bought it. So after that tongue twist, let me drink some 100% recycled water. All water is recycled. All water, the bottle is recycled. All water, hopefully is, I mean, if they found a way to start creating new water, wow. Let's see. Moving on. I've made Tanner and Seth mad. Aretha Franklin, Who Zooming Who? 12-inch single, $14.99. Aretha Franklin, Jumpin' Jack Flash, $14.99. Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel, $19.99. Michael Jackson. Wow. The Way You Make Me Feel. That's from Thriller, isn't it? Like a Prayer, MLVC, $19.99. Madonna. I was about to say, I think that's Madonna. Has to be. Scott Fish, any good auctions? No. Not right now. Dream So Real was another great Athens band. REM. Okay. Guy Marks, Loving You Has Made Me Bananas. $14.99. Madonna, Hanky Panky. Where's our Madonna collectors? Here's some 12-inch singles I've never seen before. This one's $29.99. Clint Eastwood, Honky Tonk Man. That is sealed. $39.99. An Evening with Jane. Jane. Well, let's see here. I want to say it's... Which Jane? Her last name's nowhere on this. I want to say... Well, I don't know. I'll leave that up there for y'all. Bill Fratsky says Madonna both. There it is. I was about to say, there's usually a couple people, they buy any kind of Madonna 12-inch single we have. Robert Palmer, Clues, is $19.99. Robert Plant, Little by Little, $14.99. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Wow, I've never seen one with a hop sticker. $49.99. This is a gold stamp promo. Gold stamp promo. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live. Pack Up the Plantation. Gold stamp promo with hop sticker. $49.99. Mansfield, Jane Mansfield. Thank you. It wasn't coming to me. This is $24.99. There she is. Photograph of Miss Jane Mansfield. I knew it. I was like, man, surely somewhere on here they put her last name for those that didn't know. $24.99. Fred Wink on the Tom Petty. Robert Johnson on the Robert Palmer. And then Donnie Moore, I also have you on RP. If that's for Robert Palmer, it's already sold. If it was for Robert Plant, it's still available and it's yours. And then Chris Micus wants... Donnie Moore did want Robert Plant. Okay, let me go ahead and pull that. Gavin, this is yours if you want it. Unless some of those other people who were they were either helping me with the name or they were claiming it. So, I'm not for sure. But that may be Chris's if no one else before him wanted it. We'll just see. Pine Top Perkins, After Hours, $19.99. ZZ Hill, Blues Master, $19.99. Y&T, Open Fire, $24.99. Rainbow, Final Vinyl. Rainbow is $39.99. Jane says, I'll take. Okay, so I think, unless Gavin, he's the one for sure that asks. If Gavin passes, then it's for sure Chris. Is Keith on that Aretha? Yes. That's Jumpin' Jack Flash, Aretha Franklin with Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. $14.99. Fred said, just showed up. Hey, everyone. Hello, Fred. Randy said he's just helping. First on Y&T was Calvin Ward. Y&T Calvin Ward. Claymore was second. Gavin does take the Jane. Jane Mansfield is sold to Gavin and not Chris. Jamie Butler, you were third on that. And Carol Puckett said sold. Keith on Aretha Franklin. That was on Jumpin' Jack Flash. That's next. Chad, you see my comments? Did I win ARS? Yes, you did. You got the Atlanta Rhythm section. Yes, you did. Back-to-back rainbows. This is a 1977 Holland press, $39.99. Rainbow. Wow, that is like new. The cover is too. $39.99 for Rainbow. Zigzag Going Through Ghostland. The Radiators. $19.99. Y&T Contagious. $29.99. I don't know if I've ever had this one. 1987 Y&T Contagious. $29.99. Sinatra Softly As I Leave You has in shrink wrap with hop sticker, includes Dear Heart and Passing By from the motion picture Father Goose. I'm going to say it. I've never seen this one before. And all of my Frank Sinatra records, I thought I've seen them all. I've never seen Softly As I Leave You, especially one with this really cool hop sticker. Kind of looks like almost like a movie ticket, but something like that. Calvin Ward was first on this Y&T. Clay Moore was second. Brandon Jackson was third. Tony Bennett, Who Can I Turn To? Tony Bennett is $9.99. The George Benson Collection in shrink wrap with hop stickers, $19.99. That's like his greatest hits collection, George Benson. Billy Vera and the Beaters by request is $14.99. Whitesnake, Live in the Heart of the City. Whitesnake is $34.99. This is a UK pressing. Really nice. Thelonious Monk, Tokyo Concerts. Monk, $39.99. Thelonious Monk. Dexter Gordon Quartet, Manhattan Symphony, $19.99. Satch and Josh, Count Basie encounters Oscar Peterson, $24.99. Steve Winwood, $19.99. Charlie Daniels, Saddle in the Tramp, $24.99. Tony Bennett's Something, $9.99. Have You Met This Jones? Hank Jones Trio, $19.99. And I think the last is a John Lee Hooker. It is Hooker. John Lee Hooker Boogie Chillin', $39.99. Always people asking for blues, especially John Lee Hooker. Jamie Butler on the Count Basie. This one right here. That's sold to Jamie Butler. I'm going to go back through this crate again. There's a couple of Rainbow albums still in here. That's surprising. I'm going to read through titles. If you want any prices, just let me know. We have Stevie Wonder, In Square Circle, Robert Palmer, Some People Can Do What They Like, Merle Haggard, A Friend in California, Kershaw, Fiona, Beyond the Pale, The Groove and Strings and Things, Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs, String Bean, Tracy Ullman, The Peaches Compilation from Atlantic Records, Delaney and Friends, Bessie Smith, Empty Bed Blues, Marty Robbins, Aretha Franklin, Who's Zooming Who, Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel, Guy Marks, Loving You Has Made Me Bananas, Clint Eastwood, Pontop Perkins, ZZ Hill, by the way, that's a Clint Eastwood soundtrack, Rainbow, Final Vinyl, and Rainbow on Stage, both surprisingly still available. The Radiators, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, George Benson, Billy Vera, Whitesnake, Thelonious Monk, Dexter Gordon, Steve Winwood, Charlie Daniels, Tony Bennett, that was Hank Jones Trio, and John Lee Hooker. Those are all still available. I'm going to do a little bit of condensing here and put the records from the last crate back in here so we can empty up this and I can create me some space. Jimmy E wants Rainbow Final right here. Oh, Chad's going to make me work. John Lee Hooker tracks. Let me see here. Maybe Craig can do some copy and pasting magic for us there. This is a pretty big compilation, I'm pretty sure. I'll just go ahead and read them. Let's see. I just can't hold on much longer. I'm going to keep on walking. I was standing by the wayside. TB is killing me. Run on, babe. This world, I like to see you walk. It's you I love, baby. Drifting and drifting. You're going to miss me. You're nice and kind to me, Ludella. I need some money. I want to get married. Matchbox, boogie chillin'. Night time is right time. You don't move me, baby. You've been dealing with the devil. Cruel little baby. I got the key to the highway. Now, Chad, I'm curious. What John Lee Hooker song were you looking for? I thought most people just put on any album by him and just listen to it. I didn't know really he had hits. All right, let's go through the check condition crate. What time is it, Tanner? Oh, we got plenty of time. Let's see what we got in here. I'm pretty sure there's some really good check condition titles. Let me make sure this is the check condition bin. Looks like it. Looking for hold the tracks in front of the camera 5 seconds to save your voice. Well, I'm not for sure. Some people tell me they don't really watch. They just listen. And then some people, boom, boom. Okay, I'm not familiar with many John Lee Hooker tracks, so I can't tell you which one that's on or what. It's also time-saving. It's also time-saving if you could just be like, is Boom Boom on there? Or is Stairway to Heaven on there? Instead of me actually reading them all. Okay, he passes on this. If anybody wants it, it's still available. Saves me a little time too. I've always told people that. It's easier to ask the song instead of entire track list. Our first check condition bin of the night. There may be another one. This is, I'll be telling you the grade, as in VG Plus. We write it there on the label. This is $9.99. Pete Townsend, Empty Glass. Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. That is EX, $12.99. Merle Haggard presents his 30th album. It's amazing. Even though Willie Nelson has like 115 now. EX, $12.99 on that. Frank Sinatra, That Old Feeling, EX, $14.99. The Blasters, I'm assuming that's self-titled, VG Plus, $9.99. Krabby Appleton, EX, $12.99. Krabby Appleton, EX on the vinyl on that one, $12.99. Chuck Berry's Golden Hits, EX, $19.99. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Child is Father to the Man, VG Plus, $14.99. The Thugs, It Crawled Into My Hand, Honest, a VG copy, $19.99. Don McLean, American Pie, VG copy, $9.99. Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart is EX, $17.99. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park. That's a VG, $9.99. Best of the Beach Boys, Volume 2, EX, $12.99. Mary Wells sings My Guy. That's not easy to find. VG Plus, $29.99. Mary Wells sings My Guy. These are all check condition records. The Smoke, EX, $99.99. The Smoke on Sidewalk label, EX, $99.99. Chris Mikas on The Blasters. So that to Chris Mikas. Donnie Moore on Stevie Nicks. That's sold to Donnie Moore. Swing Along With Me. Another Jane Mansfield. VG Plus, $19.99. Jane Mansfield, String Along With Me. Michael Jackson, 14 original greatest hits with the Jackson 5. VG Plus, $14.99. Smoke Condition again. Kevin, we've graded this one EX, which is very close to a near mint record. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it just has, well, this side looks amazingly clean. There's one little one of those scuffs you got to hit the light just right to see. Then it has some, looks like sleeve scuffs here. And it looks like it has a needle drop. That's probably what's keeping it right there. It's definitely a non-feeler. Needle drop there. Kevin, that's one of those records, when you commented on the post earlier, I was like, there's some stuff that may interest you, and this is what I had in mind. This one right here, 99. I think this just came in the store today or yesterday. What's the link for eBay? We really don't have much on there. There's only like records. There's only 2 or 3 records on there. You might want to get the link to our Discogs. I listed an entire crate of high-end stuff on Discogs last night. $99.99 on The Smoke. The only records we have on eBay is Warrant, Dog Eat Dog, and one of those Fastway Music on Vinyl. I think that's the only 2 I have on there. Michael Jackson Thriller, 12-inch single, a VG copy, $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, that's EX, $17.99. Bob Marley, Rosatom Vibration, VG Plus, $24.99. That's the title that UHQR just did on Clarity Vinyl, or Analog Productions did as a UHQR. Riot, Restless Breed. I wonder if John Mintzmoyer is watching. VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99. The Road Warrior soundtrack, VG Plus, $34.99. Chris Mikas on Michael Jackson. Chris, do you want the 12-inch single for Thriller or the Jackson 5 Greatest Hits? I'm going to go pull that for you. Sorry, cover grade, at least a VG Plus, sound off in a meeting. Let's see. No, I can't give this one a VG Plus because it has a seam split at the bottom. It has a seam split right in the dead center at the bottom. That, in my opinion, automatically knocks it down to a VG. Other than that, it's really nice. So, next comment was Whitney Croy on Mad. Mad. Hold on a second. MM. What else have I showed? We have a comment for Mad and then MM. We have the Road Warrior. Mad Max. That's this here. Is that a Mad Max? I guess so, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's sold to Whitney Croy. Zachary Smith was second. John Mincemoyer, first to the Riot. Jamie Butler was second. Chris Micus won 12-inch single. We've already got that. What label's the smoke? It's on the sidewalk label. Rasta grade. Rasta is a VG Plus on the vinyl. About a VG Plus cover too. Rasta Man Vibration. Donnie Moore wants the Jackson 5 Greatest Hits. Let's see. We'll post the Discogs links. I'll do that before I sign off here for part 1. That way everybody can go visit it during the break. Give me 1 second on that. I'll pull it up, post it. That way y'all can go to it during the break. New edition, All for Love, EX $17.99. Arthur Lee, Vindicator, VG Plus $39.99. Arthur Lee Vindicator. That is a VG Plus $39.99. Tootsie Soundtrack is a VG Plus $19.99. Ultimate Spinach, Behold and See, a VG copy for $79.99. 1968 sock record, of course. John says, I've gotten all the right tonight. Go ahead and let Jamie Butler have that other one. Ultimate Spinach, $79.99. Gene Krupa, Krupa Rocks, EX $19.99. Genesis Abacab, VG Plus $14.99. Summer Nationals Drag Sounds, a VG copy, $14.99. Duran Duran Rio, EX $22.99. Covers in shrink wrap, EX vinyl. Queen Jazz, EX 32. John said there's just a couple scuffs holding both of these back from being near mint. Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits, EX $22.99. That's got some great tracks on it. Respect, Chain of Fools, all the good stuff. Emerge, The Litter, VG Plus $39.99. It has a big seam split along the top you should be aware of. Clay Moore first to Genesis. Clay Moore first to Genesis. Bill Fratsky first on Rio. Calvin Ward was second. Rasta Price is VG Plus $24.99. Robert Johnson wants the Drag Sounds. I am shocked no one's bought Bob Marley yet. Curtis Mayfield, Sweet Exorcist. Wow. VG copy, $29.99. That's something I don't see every day. John Denver's Greatest Hits, EX $12.99. Born in the USA is EX $17.99. The Tubes is EX $17.99. The Tubes is EX $17.99. Between the Buttons, the Rolling Stones, VG Plus $24.99. Blue stereo label. VG Plus $24.99. Journey Infinity, $17.99. EX on the vinyl, $17.99. John Prine, Sweet Revenge, a VG copy, $24.99. And Hank Williams Sr., Ramblin' Man, a 1955 mono copy. Wow. 1955. VG Plus, $49.99. Ramblin' Man. Let's see here. Fred Wink on Born in the USA. That's sold to Fred. John Lee Hooker is $39.99. Donnie Moore on the Rolling Stones. Rasta 20. Rasta is $24.99. Ultimate Spinach label and condition. That is right back here. The Ultimate Spinach Behold and See is a blue and gold MGM label. It is a VG copy, 1968, $79.99. Luke Mitchell said sold on the Bob Marley. That's sold to Luke. All right, let me go back through that crate one more time. Let me put that back in there. I'm going to read titles. If you want prices, let me know. Pete Townsend, Empty Glass. Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. Merle Haggard, 30th album. Frank Sinatra, That Old Feeling. Krabby Appleton, self-titled. Chuck Berry's Golden Hits. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Child is Fathers of the Man. The Fugs, Don McLean, American Pie. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park. Best of the Beach Boys, Volume 2. Mary Wells sings My Guy. James Mansfield, String Along With Me. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. New edition, All for Love. Arthur Lee, Vindicator. The Smoke, self-titled. Tootsie soundtrack. Gene Krupa, Did I Get Rolling Stones? Yes, you did. Queen Jazz. Aretha's Greatest Hits. Let's see if this has the poster with it. He didn't make a note, and I hadn't even looked. No nudie poster with this one. Sorry. Emerge, The Litter. Curtis Mayfield, Sweet Exorcist. John Denver's Greatest Hits. The Tubes. Journey is surprisingly still available. John Prine. Ramblin' Man, Hank Williams, and Ultimate Spinach. If you want any prices, let me know. We are going to pause right there. I've got to seriously rest my voice. Feels like it's on fire. We don't want my voice on fire. Or I guess I should say my throat's on fire. I've got 3 more crates of new vintage stuff. I wish I could spin around the camera and show y'all. Let's see if I can. They're right there behind Tanner. See those right there? Those are new vintage crates. The black one, the green one behind it, and the other black one. Those are all new crates, just like this stuff that we have not gone back through, or that has never been through. It's never been gone through at all. Frank Sinatra, That Old Feeling price. That is Mark Chesler, $14.99, EX condition. Stacy Brown wants the new edition. I was waiting for somebody to buy it. That's a full album. We usually don't have their full albums. Is it Columbia CL902? It is a Columbia CL902, 6i. Yes. What was the album? $199.99 earlier. It was Billy Joe Schaefer, and it was sealed. Can I get a pack of anti-static inner sleeves? You can. I'll try to show some supplies in part 2. We'll go back through new vinyl, even though there's not much left. Mark Chesler says I'll take it. I'll do a recap of that. 3 crates of new vinyl, and I will try to... I've got one like blowout crate of new vinyl that I was going to post last night, but there's not a whole lot. So I saved it for the show, and I'll try to get some more auctions rolling too. So, see everybody, we'll be back a few minutes after 9:30. We'll try to get set up and rolling at 9:30. We'll be live and selling between 9:30 and 9:35. Come back and see us.